and that of the MPP. By voting for us on 7th December 2016, the Ghanaian people had also signed their part of the contract, giving us the mandate to implement the ideas in the manifesto. I said I fully understood the consequence of putting my signature to a contract. I know that some people do not accord much worth to a manifesto, but I do. And we of the MPP have always taken our manifestos seriously because we believe politics is serious business, and asking for the mandate of the people to govern is serious business. We believe that citizens must be treated with respect. Once given the mandate to govern, we are bound by the promises that we make to the good people of Ghana, and we set about translating the promises into concrete programs. I said, when we were asking for the mandate to govern, that I want a Ghana where government is accountable to the electorate, not with artists' impressions of projects and green books, but with cold facts and figures. Fellow Ghanaians, you would have noticed, therefore, that all the presentations that have been made today have gone into great detail in providing a clear accounting of what we have done in the 3 years and 8 months we have been in office. I want to thank all the men and women, including the Vice President, who made these solid presentations. I take pride especially in 2 things that have characterized the implementation of our programs. We have succeeded at equitable distribution, which means all parts of the country have been touched by our policies, and we have delivered value for money. I take pride in the fact the free SHS and free TVET have been delivered, and our young people and their parents and guardians know that they will no longer be forced to stop school at JHS level because of financial difficulties. It was not easily done, and so we intend to protect it and prevent any so-called review, another word for cancellation. We have no reason to believe the NDC presidential candidate's newly proclaimed conversion to free SH and free TVET. For 8 years, he and his party were loud in their assertions that they did not believe in free SHS and free TVET. They did not like the idea, they rubbished it at every opportunity, and they proclaimed that it would destroy Ghana's educational system. When they were in office, they had a hard time trying to run even their watered-down version of their so-called progressively free education. Then the former president said he would review it, and now we hear him say it has come to stay. Excellency, please try another one. Your credibility on this one is 0. Free SHS and free TVET cannot be trusted in your hands. In much the same way, we would not risk putting agriculture under the NDC and its leader. They will once again leave the farmers on their own without the support that is helping to make farming the profitable and fulfilling business it should be. And why should anyone imagine that an NDC administration under the former president would treat businesses any differently from what they did the last time round.
Consensus on what the new NDC government must do and how we must do it, and what role citizens want to play in our forward march. I want to thank all the professional groups that gave us a hearing and contributed meaningfully to this document that we're going to launch today. The idea was to distill this knowledge that we acquired from them and make a commitment in our manifesto to the people of Ghana. Our consultative process was interrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic. We did not, however, abandon our objectives. We continued using technology and small group meetings to further these consultations. 6 months later, the pandemic is spreading even faster, with more disruptive effects on our lives than the current government had anticipated. From all indications, COVID-19 will continue to plague the world for some time to come. But this manifesto lays the foundation for the renewal of our institutions and progress for all. It is my hope that you will identify the ideals of our People's Manifesto and vote for John Mahama and for the great NDC team and engage us with a view to holding us to our commitment on program delivery. I believe that there are great times ahead for our people. All of us, myself included, learned a lot of valuable lessons during the period of preparing this manifesto. The most important was the growing and humbling understanding of the fact that the December elections will be unlike any other election in our recent history. It will be an election of destiny. It will be an election of the future. It will be an election of the future of our children and our grandchildren. This election will be about the very soul of a new Ghana. Our historic mission right now is to provide our fellow Ghanaians with the opportunity to become a part of tomorrow's world and offer our beloved country a clear chance to spread prosperity to all our people and move into the status of an advanced middle-income country within the next 5 years. It is possible together. We can do it with the right and dedicated leadership. We owe it to our wonderful people to create new job opportunities, to bring new skills, and to provide better chances for everyone so that all of us will be able to live a dignified life. It is time now, my brothers and sisters. That time is now. The change we all desire starts now. Let us all join hands to create the country that we wish for. May God bless our homeland, Ghana. May God bless each and every one of us. May God make our country great and strong. And so, at this point, I'll take you through a few highlights of our manifesto, not in any particular order. NDC is a social democratic party. We subscribed to a compassionate political philosophy, and we believe in social justice. We create opportunities for all to develop to their fullest potential. We focus on an inclusive effort to safeguard the jobs of today and create sustainable jobs for the future. Our manifesto is our social contract with the people of Ghana, and we will create a bright future for Ghana and for every Ghanaian. Our priorities are to build a sustainable society with opportunities.
The last time round. Fellow Ghanaians, in spite of the unexpected and dramatic entry into our lives by COVID-19 and the subsequent worldwide devastation, we can demonstrate that we have set the economy on a strong foundation and businesses will flourish. The virus has slowed us down, but it has not diverted us from the path of growth we have put the country on. It is interesting to note that the NDC in opposition is not able to take the lead in doing some of the things that are most often done, first by parties in opposition. You might remember how long it took the NDC presidential candidate to find a running mate, and they have not yet got a manifesto. I wonder what will happen the day they have a government to run as well. Or maybe it is simply showing that the country, they do not attach much importance to a manifesto, nor should we expect that whatever is written in it will reflect their beliefs, which presupposes, of course, that they now have or hold on to any firm beliefs, instead of bending in the direction of whatever they think is currently fashionable. We wish them luck with their manifesto whenever they are done with it. We in the MPP know from whence we came. We have never had any identity crisis, and our manifesto always gives us the opportunity to reiterate our historic stand as the party of the rule of law, the party of good governance, the party of business, the party that builds and creates wealth, the party of social justice, and the party that cares for every Ghanaian. In other words, it helps to believe in something, to spend time and energy to think it through, and to get passionate and competent people to lead in the implementation of the program. On the day of my acclamation as the presidential candidate of our party, for which I continue to express my deep gratitude to Almighty God and to the myriad of officials and faithful supporters of our great party, I said that there was a clear choice before our nation, as the two main candidates could be adjudged on similar basis. The people of Ghana could decide who among the two had made a better job of governing our country as president. I know that the NDC presidential candidate, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, believes and says often that Ghanaians have a short memory. And he must hold strongly to this belief. Otherwise, I doubt he would have summoned the courage to be seeking another term after the disaster that was his presidency. Ghanaians might have short memories, but not short enough for us to have forgotten the broken down freezers, irons, and other household equipment thanks to the 5 years of Dumso. Our memories are not short enough to forget that the economy under him was such a wreck that there was a ban placed on all recruitment into our public services. Our memories are not short enough to forget that teachers taught for 3 years and were only paid for 3 months. Our memories are certainly not short enough to forget that he brought our entire financial services system to near collapse. I've heard him make the extraordinary claim that Ghana's economy was in, quote, tatters, not because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but because of mismanagement. I doubt that he can recognize a well-managed economy, even if it slapped him in the face. Luckily for us, we do not have to rely on his judgment or assessment of the economy. But it's important to tell him, just in case there are others like him around, that Ghana is today in a position to be able to provide one hot meal for JHS 3 students who are back in school.
Are to build a sustainable society with opportunities for all, to promote human development, to continue to prioritize healthcare, quality education, and skills training as the cornerstone for progress and prosperity. The US $10 billion accelerated infrastructure plan, dubbed the Big Push, will create jobs for the multitude of our people, will provide infrastructure for accelerated development, and will fix the economy as we unite against poverty, create sustainable jobs under our Ejumapa program, promote good governance, integrity, anti-corruption, transparency, and accountability, and deepen the international relations amongst our sister nations. Uniting against poverty, that is the economy. Ghana's economy is not working for the people, it's working for only a few. Ghana's economy is not working for the people, it's working for only a few. We will fix the economy and make it work for all Ghanaians. We'll fight the disastrous effect of the poor economic management of this administration. The NDC has the experience to turn around this dire economic situation to bring relief to the suffering masses of Ghana. We will sanitize the financial sector. On the macro front, unprecedented mounting public debt, depreciating cedi, amongst others, are all a telltale sign of an economy in deep distress. We will roll out prudent macroeconomic measures anchored in sound management. We will bring the public debt under control. We will stabilize and strengthen the long-suffering cedi, reduce inflation, ensure a low progressive taxation regime, and restore inclusive growth. We will make the business environment friendly again, provide unprecedented job-related stimulus packages for the private sector, and most importantly, increase Ghanaian participation and stake in our economy. And we'll put an end to the vindictive targeting and collapse of Ghanaian businesses and its attendant job losses. We've done all this before. We ensured the most stable and prosperous period of economic management in Ghana's history. We ensured the highest ever GDP growth rate in the history of Ghana. We ensured the longest sustained period of single-digit inflation in economic management in the history of Ghana. We implemented fiscal prudence and for the first time managed the 2016 budget with zero borrowing from the central bank. The NDC established the Ghana Exim Bank to promote jobs and exports. The NDC will again generate economic growth that creates infrastructure and sustainable jobs. We will usher Ghana into an era of shared prosperity, and all Ghanaians will reap the fruits of their labor. We need to turn our beloved country, Ghana, into an advanced one, and we must eradicate poverty. It is possible, and we will do it. How will we achieve these targets? How will we achieve these targets? We will exempt small businesses from paying corporate and personal income tax.
Important to tell him, just in case there are others like him around, that Ghana is today in a position to be able to provide one hot meal for JHS 3 students who are back in school in the midst of the pandemic, to pay for 6 months the water bills of all Ghanaians, to subsidize the electricity bills of all Ghanaians for 3 months. Indeed, we thank the Almighty that the pandemic did not strike under his presidency, when there was no money in the national kitty to pay teachers and nurses allowances. We are very much aware of the realities of the times. We know the havoc that COVID-19 has wreaked on our economies and livelihoods. I've asked our party members to keep these sensibilities in their minds in all they do as they are about campaigning for votes. Adherence to the COVID-19 protocols means we cannot resort to the traditional methods of campaigning, and I urge all of us to obey strictly these rules. We cannot have the traditional crowds and the rallies, and whenever there are gatherings, we have to try to observe the social distancing rules. It has been said by the NDC presidential candidate that NPP policies lack sense. If running an emerging oil economy into the arms of the IMF because of indiscipline in the management of the public finances is sense, I'm happy that the NPP has another concept of sense. If having sense means canceling teacher, trainee, and nurses' allowances is sense, I'm happy that the NPP has another concept of sense. If having sense means recording the worst economic management statistics of modern times with the lowest rate of growth of the last 30 years, I'm happy the NPP has another concept of sense. Having sense in the NPP means being able to take an economy growing at 3.4% to an economy that grew, on the average, for 3 successive years, at least 7% per year before the pandemic, and was rightly acknowledged as one of the best performing economies, not just in Africa, but also in the world. Having sense in the NPP means executing the program for planting for food and jobs, which has led to the revival of Ghanaian agriculture from the doldrums of the NDC years, bringing in its wake bumper harvests and affordable food prices in our markets and exports of significant quantities of foodstuffs to our neighbors. Having sense in the NPP means implementing policies which, according to the latest Ghana Living Standards Survey, has resulted in a decline in unemployment rates from 11.9% in 2015 to 7.3% in 2019. I am happy with and prefer the NPP's sense. Let me use this occasion to assure the Ghanaian people that as President of the Republic, I will do everything within my means to ensure the peace and stability of our country in the run-up to, during, and after the polls of 7th December 2020. The struggle of our forebears in the Dankwa Domo Buzia political tradition to construct at great sacrifice a democratic, open, free system of government in Ghana will not be jeopardized by me. And I'm calling on all actors in the political space to join me to ensure the maintenance of the peace and stability of our country. and to conduct ourselves in a manner devoid of violence and ethnocentrism.
That is to re-inject their profits back into the businesses. We estimate that this will involve about 1.4 billion Ghana cedis a year. And that will be the best stimulus you can inject back in order to expand small and medium enterprises. For medium-sized Ghanaian businesses, we will reduce the corporate income tax rate from 25% to 15% in order to give them breathing room to be able to reinvest and grow their businesses. But very interesting, we will exempt newly established medium-sized companies that employ up to 20 people or 20 workers from paying corporate income tax for the first year when they are establishing the business. This is important because the most critical time in establishing a business is the first year when you are investing. And when you're investing, it's not the right time for government to come asking you to bring money. And so we will give them that relief. And for businesses that employ 20 or more, medium-sized businesses, they will get corporate tax exemption for 2 years so that they can establish the business properly and expand the business to employ more people. We'll exempt commercial vehicles and other commercial equipment imported into the country from commercial, industrial, and agricultural purposes from import duty. We will review the Customs Amendment Act 2020, that's Act 1014, to scrap the law banning the importation of salvage vehicles to scrap I think Thank you. To scrap the law banning the importation of salvage vehicles and the proposed imposition of a 35% import duty rate. We are going to scrap it, and in order that salvage vehicles are not banned, and the top duty rate that government proposes to impose on these vehicles does not happen. This is to save the local automotive industry so that our people in Swami Magazine, Konkompe, Aboseokai, Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is to allow our people in the local automotive industry in Swami Magazine, Konkombe, Aboseokai, to continue to work to earn a decent living. We encourage vehicle assembly plants investing in Ghana as a complement to our local industry, not to cancel out our local industry. We'll reverse the decoupling of VAT 12.5%, NHIL 2.5%, Get Fund 2.5%, which has brought untold hardship onto Ghanaian businesses and households. We will introduce a rural investor incentive package to create meaningful employment opportunities for the youth, especially in rural areas, and investors in rural communities. Under this program, they will be exempted from dividend.
Fellow Ghanaians, the MPP has in 2020 one target and one objective only, that is to secure, with your support and the blessing of the Almighty, in free, fair, peaceful, and transparent elections, another decisive victory on 7th December 2020. A victory that will give us a clear majority in Parliament and a first-round presidential victory, and enable us to do 4 more years of advancing the peace, progress, and prosperity of our nation for you. We have an excellent message as set out in our manifesto: leadership of service, protecting our progress, transforming Ghana for all. And as eloquently articulated by that brilliant Ghanaian, Mahamadou Bawumia, my most esteemed running mate and vice president, which will protect our progress and continue down the path of social and economic transformation on which all Ghanaians are now embarked. Fellow Ghanaians, the battle remains the Lord's. It is 4 more years for Nana and the MPP to do more for you. May God bless the new patriotic party and us all. And may God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
The President has spoken. Four more years. Let me see your hands raised. Raise your hands in the air. Leadership of service. Protecting our progress. Total transformation. Transforming Ghana for all. We are thanking God for all his mercies, and we're asking for 4 more to do more. Raise your hands in the air. Let me see your 4 more for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The ushers are coming round with copies of the manifesto. This is what we present to the good people of Ghana. Decisive leadership, bold leadership, courageous leadership, total transformation. Everybody should have a copy of the manifesto. Ushers, take the manifesto round now. This is how far the Lord has brought us. We have a president you can trust.
Service local SMEs and manufacturers. And then it continues. We'll modernize our markets using a mini KJTR model. And so markets like Aflao, Mankesim, Techiman, and others will get a smaller version of a KJTR market. Promote local production of hygiene goods, especially for women, including sanitary pads, through training and support for startups. Revive the textile industry by providing support to local textile companies such as Akosombo and Dropon Textiles. Establish agro-processing factories in various districts in collaboration with the private sector, such as fruit processing in Lower Manya, cashew processing in Bono and Bono East, amongst others. Now the big push, 10 billion big push. And I'll rush through this very quickly. The $10 billion big push for infrastructure development and economic transformation will involve an investment of $10 billion over 5 years. It will transform our economy in furtherance of our 1 million jobs plan. Projects under the big push will be executed in all cases by Ghanaian registered companies that pay their taxes in Ghana. This is to ensure that the money circulates within Ghana. And so if you want to participate, your business should be registered in Ghana and pay taxes in Ghana. These investments will stimulate and grow indigenous Ghanaian businesses. The 10 billion investment will be directed to stimulate the economy by sourcing as much as possible locally available materials and products for the execution of the projects. Now, key areas under the big push: provide infrastructure for agriculture and agribusiness, such as warehouses, silos, irrigation dams, farmer service centers, etc. Develop regional digital and innovation centers. Develop 5G technology. Upgrade and dualize all our major national roads. Complete the Eastern and Western Corridor roads. Upgrade other major national highways, urban and feeder roads. Expand the railway network by implementing the 2014 Railway Master Plan. Construct a domestic airport in Upper East Region. The land was secured when I was president, and it's a project that we will continue. Extend the runway of the Kumasi International Airport to accommodate bigger aircraft. Upgrade the Sunyani Airport. Engineer and construct major markets, starting with Aflao, Mankesim, Techiman, Kintampo, Sampa, Elubu, Nima, and Asesewa. Construct social housing in all districts of the country. Expand rural electrification. Water supply, sewage, and sanitation systems. Complete all abandoned hospital and health projects. Construct new district and regional polyclinics, health centers, and CHIPS compounds in all the districts. Construct 2 new infectious disease centers. Expand the 37 military hospital as the national emergency center. Complete all the E-blocks and the abandoned community day secondary schools. Construct new schools at the basic level by removing schools under trees and other substandard schools. Provide universities in the new regions that do not have any. Build modern theaters and studios for the development and promotion of the creative arts. Complete feasibility and continue the implementation of a specialized port on the eastern seaboard of our country, and that refers to Keita. Construct a multi-purpose convention and exhibition center aimed at repositioning Ghana as West Africa's destination for meetings, conferences, and exhibitions. Refurbish the National Theatre. Upgrade NAFTI into a fully fledged multimedia university for film, arts, theatre, and music. Upgrade the National Sports College into a state-of-the-art sports university to serve the West African sub-region. Provide sports development facilities across the region, including stadia, mini stadia, and other facilities. Upgrade infrastructure linking tourism sites. Complete and operationalize the Swami and Dawa industrial parks. Establish new industrial parks and free zones in the industry-deprived regions. And under the 1 million jobs plan, which we have christened Ejumapa, will generate an average of 250,000 decent jobs every year. Our job creation policies will be rapidly deployed through needed interventions that are applied to ensure that all sectors of the economy give priority to the creation of sustainable and decent jobs. The 1 million jobs will be anchored on the big push, an aggressive infrastructure development for jobs. The 10 billion investment over 5 years will stimulate the economy and provide opportunities for businesses to grow, create new entrepreneurs, and employ more people. A national apprenticeship program to train technically skilled human resources for rapid industrialization, job creation, and entrepreneurship will be implemented. NAP, as we call it, will target 500,000 out-of-school youth, including Kayaye. Government will bear the cost of fees for their training, and they'll receive start-up kits on completion of their training. What this means is that we'll register master craftsmen in all the districts around the country. We'll register youth that are interested in going as apprentices to learn a skill, and we'll pay the master craftsmen to train them, and when they are finished, we'll give them the kits that they need to start work, whether sewing machines or hair dryers. Through a number of tax exemptions, micro, small, and medium enterprises will be able to plow back their profits, drive the digitization of the economy to provide new jobs, encourage establishment of new businesses, focusing on exports to help create more job opportunities, provide free training in coding to young people across the country, engage a minimum of 300,000 beneficiaries under the Youth Employment Agency, focus on skills acquisition, legalize and regulate Okada, legalize and regulate Okada business in order to make it safer and be an avenue for employment. Convert the labor office into a national employment center with offices in all the regions. Persons seeking jobs can register online